Dick Robinson Productions presents two great ways for sponsors to get their messages heard. It's the Neals, Wheals Car Care Show and the Phil D. Oldie Show.
It overheats your catalytic converter. Now you need a catalytic converter. Well, that is the quick fix.
That is the quick fix.
That's it. Plugs and wires. If it's fuel, then you could have an injector that's starting to leak. You've got 6 fuel injectors in there. You could have one that's starting to leak, and it kind of comes and goes.
This is the Phil D. Show.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight on this Saturday night. Cold Saturday night it is, down to 24 degrees in the breeze through the trees right here in beautiful downtown Springfield. How cold is it where you is at?
You really want to know?
I want to know how cold it is where you are, especially where you are.
He's got personality. He's got personality.
Oh, man. Man, I just had that tuned up last week.
These two shows don't just fill the silence at home or in the car. People listen to these shows attentively. Neals, because of the informational nature of the show and his friendly, helpful manner. Phil's, because of the selection of music he plays and his unique style. Listen to what people are saying about Neal the Wheel and Phil D.
I had a problem with what I thought was a fuel pump and was going to cost me $400 to $500. I called Neal's show and explained the situation to him. He told me to look for a ground from the battery running to a computer board and just check it. Guess what? I saved $400 because that's all it was. It wasn't my fuel pump. Neal gives you the answers you just can't get anywhere else.
I tried every station, and I said, this station sounds the most interesting.
All right. This is the first night you listened?
Yeah.
No, fool. You better tell a friend. Would you do that?
I was just on the phone telling my mother to put a radio on.
What's her name?
Gloria.
Gloria! Did you put your radio on, Gloria? This is it, La Gloria, the Phil D. Show.
I said, Ma, put your radio on. This guy is a riot. I love listening to him.
She probably thinks you're putting her on, you know.
Oh, no.
One of the reasons I think Neal's listeners remain loyal, he doesn't just superficially treat each caller's problems. He goes into detail. He's here to help the listeners. And if he feels that there's a product, a particular brand or a particular product that will help, he'll endorse it. He will tell them exactly what kind of filter or spark plug or oil to get. He'll endorse it by name, and the listeners pick up on it.
I can't believe you are still on the radio.
Oh, my God. Some people, they just can't get rid of them. They keep turning up like a bad penny.
I used to talk to you when I was like 14.
Really? You don't sound a day over 50.
This is unbelievable.
If you can't take it, I'll stop giving it.
What you want to hear on radio, though, is a great guy. His name is Neal the Wheel. Neal Quartz is number one to me when it comes to machinery, autos. He knows them all, but he also knows about how to program it on radio or television. I love to listen to him talk about what's wrong with my car. It even makes me laugh when I'm having a flat. And if you like oldies, I'll tell you, this guy, Phil D. Phil D is an oldie. And if you want oldies, coast to coast, I want to tell you, this guy, he really does know his stuff. And I highly recommend Phil D. when it comes to oldies.
Phil D. What can I say about Phil D? I'll tell you, I first started listening to Phil D. I was plowing snow one night. I punched the scan button, and I stopped it at something that I hadn't heard in maybe dozens of years. And as I kept listening, I heard this guy playing better and better and more songs. And I said, man, this guy's great. And all the while, he was just being this crazy animated DJ that you just don't hear anymore.
The Neals Wheals Car Care Show. Now, that's quite a show. There's a lot of guys on the radio doing these car care shows, and bland and uninteresting, but I don't know, Neal has them all beat because he's got a great sense of humor and he's knowledgeable. I mean, that's the main thing, and that comes through when a guy like Neal answers questions of the callers. He knows what he's talking about. You can sense that, hey, this is a knowledgeable guy. He makes you feel like, gee, I'm not a dummy. I mean, that's the main thing, and that comes through.
Advertisers spend billions of dollars each year on advertising that doesn't hit the mark. Our concept is to speak to people who are listening.
It's about getting these two radio shows coast to coast to get your message across. You have an advertising budget. This is what you do with it. You are looking for places to put that money so that you can get your message across. One thing we can do is we can guarantee you listeners.
Final result, more bang for your advertising buck. Want to learn how you can sponsor the Neals Wheels Car Care Show or the Phil D. Oldie Show? Call Neil Court toll-free at 1-888-327-NEAL. That's toll-free at 1-888-327-NEAL. Or visit their website at www.nealswheels.com. Get your message heard with the Neals Wheels Car Care Show and the Phil D. Oldie Show.